Good morning, and welcome to Amir Shakur Speaks Morning Show with your host, Amir King 7 Shakur. That will be me. Coming to you live from the heart of the city. We are broadcasting from the ABS Studio Chicago 1B. It's morning on Friday. It's a Friday. Got to remind myself of the days. March 27th, 7th. Losing track of those days. Powered by ABS and ASN News. Amir Shakur Speaks News, redefining what it means to lead in your community. No filters, no scripts, just the uncut truth, and you're rocking with the sharpest mind in the morning. I'm gonna say that again. You are rocking with the sharpest mind in the morning. Amir Shakur Speaks, and let's get into it. So today, and as every day, as usual, Monday through Friday, 8 to 9, you are looking at the headlines with me that you missed while you were asleep last night. So let's go. Good morning, Chicago. Good morning if you're watching us from the UK. Good morning if you're watching us from Canada. Good morning if you're watching us from Thornton Township. Good morning if you're watching us from Harvey. It's Friday, March 27th, 2026, and we're closing out another week of transition and accountability to the people in the south suburbs, especially more specifically our neighbors in Thornton Township, south side of Chicago. Got good friends and a whole coalition of folks out there on the ground in New York. Stay vigilant. You know, leadership is very much shifting, and the stakes are rising, and the power always remains with a community that stays informed. That's why we're here to do exactly what it is that we're doing. You know, we're restoring the truth and sanity to America, or at least doing our part. So listen, if you haven't, like, share, and subscribe, or subscribe and share. I'm getting tongue twisted because, you know, it's Friday morning, and I want you guys to do the best you can, and let's share this information. But listen, I appreciate you supporting us, to be honest, and just to be sincere and serious. So, we're not a platform that is one that wants people to be fed with a lot of misinformation. We want to get through that and talk to the heart of the community. Okay, so let's go ahead and start the news broadcast and what's going on. And so what's going on is got to be able to restore truth and sanity to American history, right? And here's the issue now. On the orders of the Trump administration, let's find a way to address this better. Okay, on the orders of the Trump administration, the removal of slavery images and exhibits from all national parks have been given. While not a universal removal of all exhibits is what they're saying, there has been a systematic effort to review and dismantle specific displays that the administration characterizes as divisive or anti-American. And, you know, a lot of people are not in favor of that in the urban community, the African American community, the minority community is definitely in the front to us because, I mean, you know, what's going on? What gives? You know, it's not something that most administrations, most presidents will do. So just want to, you know, draw a contrast, and we definitely will in this segment. But before we get into that aspect of it, again, if you haven't, please follow, like, and share the broadcast. All right. Now let me say something here. If you are on the World Wide Web, I want to say good morning to some of our VIPs, and shout out to Ramona out there in the good old South suburbs. And good morning. And you know, we're thanking all of our VIPs and the VIP club members. We're gonna have something on the ground in a couple of different communities really soon, probably in late spring. So just keep your eyes open for that. Now, Amir Shakur Speaks broadcasting channel. Go ahead and follow us over there. And yeah, we're going to share the information. And yeah, we will go ahead and chat. So if you'd like to chat, if you'd like to follow us, if you'd like to, you know, comment about these topics. So right now, if you're joining us, we're talking about the removal of exhibits ordered by the Trump administration within this week, and it didn't just start yesterday or this week. It's been an ongoing theme from Mr. Trump with some kind of hidden agenda. So what gives? What is it? What's giving the impression that the administration could continue on this path of doing whatever the hell they feel like they want to do, especially when it comes to things like this? So here's the current breakdown of what's going on. So it started in January 2026. Actually, no, it started right when Mr. Trump and his administration got into office. In January 26 at the President's House site in Independence Mall in Philadelphia, there was a removal of a National Park Service, a panel that detailed the lives of 9 people enslaved by George Washington on that site. And the site is called the President's House site. That's in Philadelphia. So that was ordered removed. And there was a legal battle, and the city of Philadelphia used the federal government in February, that is, Judge Cynthia Ruth compared the administration's actions to a Ministry of Truth in Orwell's 1984 in order to immediate restoration of exhibits. So the judge was pretty much saying, look, you can't do this Orwellian type stuff. You can't just do whatever you feel like you want to do whenever you want to do it. I mean, we've seen similar moves from the Trump administration in a lot of different ways, and we'll discuss those ways too. I want to go ahead and get to the video about the removal of the panel in Philadelphia from the Trump administration. I think it's very important that we talk a little bit about that, and then we'll go further. We'll dive deeper into it. So let's do that. And if, by the way, while we're waiting on the picture to be pulled up, if you do want to join us, please come into the chat room, or you can email us at amirshakurspeaks.com and be a part of the conversation, because your voice does matter. So, all right.
In the fight over the slavery exhibit removed from the President's House site in Center City, I'm Yuki Washington.
And I'm Natasha Brown. A federal judge just ruled on a lawsuit in the city's favor, saying this exhibit must be restored. And CBS Philadelphia's Dan Snyder is live on Independence Mall. Dan, you've got the very latest.
Yeah, good evening to you guys. This historic site was in part meant to honor the enslaved people who were held here. And aside from being President's Day, that ruling came down coincidentally at a time when dozens of people had gathered here rallying to demand that these exhibits be put back up. Now, while they are celebrating today, they also tell us that they don't believe their fight is over just yet. It was the moment Michael Cord with the Avenging the Ancestors Coalition announced to a crowd of dozens a federal judge sided with the city of Philadelphia and ordered all exhibits that were removed from the president's house to be put back.
But better than fighting the good fight is winning the good fight. And today we won.
The judge's ruling says the site must be restored to its standing on January 21st, the day before the exhibit was removed. It came after President Trump's executive order last year titled Restoring Truth and Sanity to American History. The news also came as people with the coalition were holding a President's Day rally, calling for the panels to be restored.
So this has been a very rewarding effort, but also it's crazy that in 2026 we still have to do this. In 2026 we still have to fight for the truth.
The Interior Department has not commented on today's ruling so far. However, in a statement last month, the department said in part they were not, quote, erasing history, and that, quote, the order directed a review of certain interpretive content to ensure parks tell a full and accurate story of American history. The department also said signage should be, quote, informed by current scholarship and expert review, not through a narrow ideological lens. But those who have fought for the restoration of this site say this is a true telling of history.
We understand that our history isn't great, our history has blemishes, but we have to tell it because it is the history of this country. It is what made this country, and it is the fabric of this country.
Cord says he believes the federal government will appeal the decision, which could keep the displays down longer. In the meantime, people have taken to putting up their own signs.
I felt think that it was a horrible thing that they would take our history down. I think it's everybody's history.
And while Cord believes there's still a fight ahead, he said he's optimistic about today's news.
So this tells me that there's some glimmer of hope for the future of America.
Now, the judge's order also says the government cannot damage the displays or make any more changes here. There is no timetable for when the exhibits will be restored at this site. However, Cord does tell us he doesn't expect the federal government to move quickly as they go through a potential appeals process. For now, live at Independence Mall, Dan Snyder, we'll send it back to you.
Listen, if you're just joining us, I'm sorry. I think the audio is down. So I went through the narrative, and I apologize, but we are here really talking about, if you're just joining us, the removal of national parks monuments from a Trump administration ordered directive. And sorry for the audio missing, but if you're just joining us, we're looking at flag content. The White House issued a 120-day deadline for several museums to align their content with American exceptionalism, what they feel like is American exceptionalism, based upon their beliefs, their internal documentation, how they think things should go. The internal documents revealed that the administration flagged a Benjamin Franklin exhibit recently, linking his achievements to his ownership of enslaved people. In the film about George Floyd, problematic. Curators are being directed to replace the ideologically driven language with what the administration calls constructive deceptions. And the National Parks and Landmark Report's leaked data from March 2026 indicates a wider purge in the national park systems. Very, very tragic. What we're seeing is a Trump administration-led attempt to culturally extinguish anything of African American history, anything of urban American history, or anything that is other than a neoconic WASP agenda. So we are definitely cognitive of that. Other issues recently that we've seen, missing history maps. Advocates have identified hundreds of signs flagged for removal. This includes markers at the Harper's Ferry and the Underground Railroad sites. Those markers have been removed. Historical markers that have been there for hundreds and hundreds of years, where references to brutality of slavery or the term slavery itself are being removed from the signage. So, we are seeing a shift in focus when it comes to the legal battles on the ground and in several communities, national parks, museums. And it's not only just a legal battle, but it's a culturally defined battle. We looked at the earlier news footage, and it showed the president's house site, which was President George Washington's house site in Independence Mall in Philadelphia. The removal of the national park, the monument that detailed the lives of 9 people who were enslaved by George Washington at that site. Well, the legal battle was wrapped up with a federal judge ordering the reinstallment of those removed panels as of late February 2026. District Judge Cynthia Wright compared the administration's actions to the Ministry of Truth. So she's saying that, and we're saying also that this Trump administration agenda to whitewash American history is not going to go without a challenge. And most pundits, most activists on the ground believe that, these decisions are being made in a, we'll say an Orwellian type of agenda, which, it just makes it does not make one iota of sense. Also, if you didn't capture because of the missed audio, the Smithsonian Institute administration has launched a review of its exhibits, and the National Museum of African American History and Culture is also removing exhibits. The directive is coming from who? The White House. They're issuing a report, a secret report that was publicly just made, was that the White House has issued a 120-day deadline for several museums to remove their content when it comes to African Americans in slavery history, and replace it with American exceptionalism, end quote. I quote. What is American exceptionalism? Question of the hour. So the internal documents again reveal that the administration has flagged different exhibits, like a film about George Floyd as problematic, or Benjamin Franklin exhibit linking his achievements to his ownership of enslaved people. I'd like to know what you guys think. What do you think out there? The questions, is it happening in all states? It's not happening in all states. It is happening in states where there are national museums. The national museums are being purged. We're going to use that word. They're being purged by the Trump administration's agenda for supremacy, right? So I believe, and if you're just joining us, I want to recap and just let's really show the picture. Trump orders the removal of slavery images and exhibits from all national parks in the United States of America, right? So, we're seeing this from a 120-day memorandum asking for the removal of these exhibits. So hard pill to swallow. It boggles my imagination with everything that's going on around the country that this administration can shift focus to something of this nature. And all of this in the midst of a Trump approval and disapproval rating, I should say, not approval, disapproval rating, which currently says that, this is the worst president in U.S. history. And some of the things that are driving his presidency or lack of is, the abolishing DEI in offices, diversity, equity, and inclusion. All federal agencies were ordered to eliminate DEI positions and programs. Employees in those roles were largely placed on administrative leave, or their positions were dismantled and extinguished as well. And the related websites were also taken down. So this is a widespread Trump-based agenda based upon the administration's goals for what they feel like is, I'm going to call it for what it is. It's whitewashing of American history, whitewashing of history. Slavery is a actual part of American history, and you can't just dismiss it by removing panels and exhibits and pictures of it. So the administration also revoked the 1965 Equal Opportunity Employment, that's the EEOC Act. They're not just removing artifacts or exhibits, they're rechanging directives and policies per Trump's orders, shifting the focus from a major affirmative action-based focus, and we know this was happening when Trump got in office, to a workforce balancing is what they're calling it. Education reform has been a crusade as well, asking for those institutions to not embrace woke culture. They're calling it woke, W-O-K-E, woke culture, and making things most visible or invisible in the classroom that affect the students' learning, like things like slavery books and slavery, things of slavery, or any culturally refined parts of American history that deal with African American culture, or it is American culture, deep rooted, whether you like it or not. So he has removed to power struggle. There is a current class power struggle over what they believe is abolishing American history by saying it doesn't exist. This woke program, I want to talk a little bit more about that to really highlight what I'm saying and make it make sense. That's probably the best thing. So I'm going to share on the screen. So give me 1 second, and let's go ahead and go to Trump's battle on woke, because I think the woke is the intersection of really where a lot of these mega folks and these neocons are really heading, and what their overall agenda is. So, and then we'll go a little bit deeper into that. So bear with us while we're pulling up the video. And I don't believe, do we have that video? Is that video available? Okay, yeah, we got it. So give me 1 second and let's pull it up. And
the country will be woke no longer.
President Trump, in his first address to Congress last year, vowing to end woke, a catch-all term for a liberal agenda. Trump vowed to recognize only two sexes, men and women, and push back on more liberal interpretations of history, culture, and beyond. He had already dismantled all federal diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. One of his targets was universities, accusing institutions such as Harvard, Columbia, and others of being bastions of the liberal elite. He took action to remove federal funding from schools that refused to reform. His administration also moved to restrict the number of foreign students at America's educational institutions, which produced some compliance, but also protests and backlash.
When legal immigrants and others who are lawfully in this country, including so many of your international students, worry about being wrongly detained and even deported, perhaps it's fitting that you hear from an immigrant like me.
The so-called war on woke extended to cultural institutions like the Smithsonian, whose famous museums line Washington, D.C.'s National Mall. Trump argued that the U.S. should focus less on the history of slavery and more on the ideas of the country's founding fathers. Not every American agreed with this view.
It is part of history, even though everyone doesn't agree with it. It still happened, and we can't erase that. We can learn from it, especially if we disagree with what happened. But I definitely think it should still be untouched because we can't change what happened in history. We can just learn from it.
The cultural divide in the U.S. was perhaps most exposed in September last year, following the assassination of right-wing influencer Charlie Kirk during a rally he held in Utah. His memorial was a scene of anger and defiance from key members of the Trump administration and beyond.
The day that Charlie died, the angels wept, but those tears have been turned into fire in our hearts. And that fire burns with a righteous fury that our enemies cannot comprehend or understand.
As the U.S. prepares to celebrate its 250th year of independence this July 4th, cultural debates surrounding American values, the country's history, and its future direction are likely to continue. Victor Ning, CGTN.
So again, if you're just joining us, we are largely Trump's battle on woke America and its battle against what they're calling woke, which is basically code for anything that has to do with African American vernacular, and they're targeting indoctrination of what they believe is going to replace it. Anything that's discussing slavery and slave monuments and that sort of thing have been removed. Trump orders them removed from all national parks and exhibits having to do with slavery as of this week. Targeting indoctrination is what we're calling it. And the administration has threatened to withdraw funding from K-12 schools and universities that teach CRT. What is CRT? Anybody's asking me. Critical race theory or radical gender ideology, but it's critical race theory. So here's my thing. There is an agenda. There is a definite agenda to whitewash American culture, American history from these neocons. And I want to know what you guys think. I really want to know from the standpoint of, breaking news. What do you guys think? Where are we at with this? In early 2026, Trump championed the One Big Beautiful Bill, which provides tax credits and scholarships, branding organizations, and establishes Trump accounts and plans for every American newborn to fund private or religious schooling. And the gender ideology battle the administration has taken a hard line stance on biological sex and gender identity. So, as you saw in the footage, the administration says it doesn't recognize transgender itself, and it's something that there was no discussion with anyone else. It's something that they believe is, while speaking truth to power, it's if they say it, it's in effect, and we have to deal with that. Not necessarily true. So federal policy now only recognizes two sexes, male and female, and rejects gender identity as a legal substitute for biological sex, right? And the same bans are happening in the military and have happened in the military. The ban on transgender individuals who serve in the military is reinstated, whether you like it, agree with it or not. Trump has signed orders to cut off federal funding for gender-affirming care for minors under age 19. Current challenges and resistance to this quote-unquote battle of woke are the administration is facing significant legal pushback. In March 2026, federal judges in Oregon and Massachusetts blocked the administration's efforts by HHS Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. to label gender-affirming care as unsafe and to withhold Medicaid and Medicare funding from hospitals that are providing it. So, the dark woke movement, and I want to put that in highlights as well. It's a social media phenomenon. Have you guys heard of this? Have anybody heard of it? Comment about it if you have. I'll put that and I'll highlight the dark woke movement. And then we can definitely address and take it from there to discuss it a little, drill it down a little bit further. Bear with me 1 second. So the dark woke movement, guys, is going to be, let me put that in quotation marks. Thank you for, I just wanted to get that in. Is a social media phenomenon dubbed the dark woke movement has emerged from the opposition using aggressive digital messaging to counter the administration's rhetorical whitewashing of history. And the dark woke movement is folks who really care about what is really going on with the legacy of slavery, the legacy of several things that the administration is currently pushing, and really combating how this framework is being built in. Understandably that, this is a effort of the Trump administration soul and fully. It's not Congress, it's not the Senate, it's not the United States of America, but the administration itself, and the officials are standing alone in their efforts. So very, very concerning, not surprising, not something that we believe is effective when it comes to the bigger narrative in the context of what's going on around the country. So, I'm of the impression, guys, I am under the impression that, with Trump's, let's go back to what we were mentioning before with Mr. Trump's high disapproval ratings. I think it's better. There are better things that he can do with his agenda. And, as of this week, his disapproval ratings show that he is the worst president in American history. And the key factors that are driving his decline, the primary factors are, economic anxiety. The approval for Trump's handling of the economy has fallen 29%, the lowest of any president in history. This is largely attributed to things like surging gas prices, the Iran war, public opposition to the U.S.-led Iran war, and not even just international or national, but international as well. We're not seeing the level of support that Trump initially had during his first term, or maybe the first few weeks of his second term. The other thing is the cost of living for Americans. Only 25% of respondents approve of his handling of the cost of living. And again, with gas and petroleum going up to maybe over $1 on the average, $1 more, which means that a $25 gas tank fill up will be upwards of $50, close to $50. And Americans are not happy. And all of this in the backdrop of now you're asking for the national exhibits, right? National exhibits to be to remove all or purge of anything that is slavery referenced. How crazy is that? How crazy is that? So I'm gonna say myself, if you're listening, if for the folks who are, if you really even care, for the folks who even give a damn, we're in a struggle, and this administration is, pushing this legislative framework. I'm sorry, their lack of legislative framework. They're doing it on their own to prevent, woke and, the biases from what they are presenting are even worse than what they're even trying to combat. So, and there are the high profile lawsuits which continue to go on and on and on. So, not only that, but, there's been a large pushback even from internally. Say, for example, folks in the military. The military have said, hey, a lot of the soldiers, we don't believe in these orders, and, we're going to stand down, and they're risking being court-martialed or even worse. So we're watching events on the ground as they break through slightly, slowly but surely, and not sure where this whole battle will end up, but I'm cautiously optimistic, y'all. Cautiously optimistic. So anyway, if you got a voice in it, please feel free to reach out to Amir Shakur Speaks at gmail.com and share it with me. Share your comments, stand up and speak out, because with everything that's going on nationally and internationally around the country, we're definitely in for a national I don't know. I want to go so far as to say that it is a revolution, but this might be the coming of the next American Revolution. I hate using those type of terminologies, but look, you got a voice in the matter. Stand up and speak out. Reach out to Amir Shakur Speaks at gmail.com and let us know what you think, right? Let us know what you think. So anyway, just to lighten it up a little bit, got a picture can show 1,000 words. Let me pull that up. And that's our new segment. A picture can show 1,000 words. And we're asking those again who, just to lighten up the conversation. If you guys have pictures to send or anything of that nature and you want to share it and you want to share it with me and, you want me to respond to it, I'm going to give you my best narrative. But send that to AmirShakurSpeaks at gmail.com. A picture can show 1,000 words. So let's see what we got. And I don't know where you guys getting these pictures from. I'm not even asking. So, let's look at who sent the picture. Boom. That's the picture. Boom. Okay, so what's going on here? Is this picture real? Is this a gift that you made up? What is this, guys? I don't know. Listen, let me think for a minute. So this is your dog. Obviously, your dog is very well groomed, and listen, we need a serious intervention about your gallery, right? I'm putting a moratorium on the dog and sunglasses content before it gets out of hand. So if anybody wants to send me dogs and sunglasses content, please don't. Even though he's cooler than a lot of us, not me, but others, he's cooler than us. And I guess he's got a 20/20 UV protection glasses on, a blue blockers or something, and he looks like he's about to drop a hip hop line or something, off of the hottest hip hop lo-fi album or something of 2026. I don't know, but if I see one more golden retriever or I don't know, a poodle or whatever he is, looking like he's an undercover FBI agent or a pug who thinks he's an extra in Top Gun, you guys need to stop this, because not cool, y'all. And I don't mind you guys sending cute little pictures, but I'm gonna start charging you guys coolness tax for any time you send me these type of pictures. Let the animals be animals. The animal is not your secret undercover agent, okay? And my ego simply can't take this type of creature that occasionally tries to, be anything other than what it is, a beautiful animal, not, the superhero of, the undercover sci-fi. So let's not do it, dog. If you guys are sending me pictures, hey, send me a cute picture of a baby. Send me a picture of a family member. Maybe your mom who got some flowers. Send me some substance stuff. I'll take cool cars. I'll take a beautiful house. I'll definitely talk about that stuff. Now, if you want to send it, then you can send it. And I'll accept it because I don't have a lot. But just keep it cool for me. So anyway, there you go. Boom. What do you guys think? You think that dog is cute? Yeah, okay. All right. We're gonna take half a cool point away from you for saying that. Anyway, no, I'm just messing with you. Listen, guys, this is the Amir Shakur Speaks morning show every Monday through Friday, 8 to 9 or globally. So we're getting started at 8 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time, I should say. If you're watching us in the UK, it'll be 6 hours later. If you're watching us in Canada, it will be, I think, 4 hours later. So, hey, that's what it is. And, that's the Amir Shakur Speaks TV broadcast. And reach us on YouTube at the Amir Shakur Speaks Broadcasting Network. Listen, we're ending the week on a high note. So I just want to say that. And before I get off, just one more thing. Family, we got to wrap up. As we're wrapping up this powerful week here on the Amir Shakur Speaks, I just want you to take a look at the world around you on this Friday morning. And we've watched you just start to settle in a lot of things like Illinois, Chicago, Illinois, the primaries, that's over with. And whether your candidate won or not, the mission doesn't change, y'all. We are on the ground and we're fighting. And it's about transparency. It's about whether we're pushing at our local city council meetings. It's about you. As a global influencer, I need you to join me in making or realizing that your voice is the most important tool for change. And you have the toolkit right in your hand. So this weekend, I challenge you, right, to go beyond the headlines. If you're in a city, or if you're in your city, hit that artwork in Wicker Park, or hit the art museum. Support things that are important. Support local businesses, or even have a conversation with a neighbor. Influence isn't about the size of your platform. It's about the depth of your impact. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Influence isn't about the size of your platform. It's about the depth of your impact. And we're moving from one conversation to culturalization, or we're moving from conversation to change, right? Let's use that word. Let's say change. And, we're moving from a noise narrative to, a level of let's keep striving. Let's keep speaking the truth. Let's keep speaking that level of accountability when it comes to people and officials and whoever is acting outside of public interest, like the Trump administration, right? And certain people don't believe that, I know, but I mean, many of us do. And unfortunately, there is enough of us who believe it that, there's definitely a battle and a struggle. So with that in mind, keep speaking truth to power. And I'm with you. I'm a big advocate of that. And you guys can depend upon me to do that. Every Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. and beyond to 9 a.m. or until I last, as long as I'm here. Monday morning, we're starting to get all over again. So peace and blessings to y'all. And let's get it. Let's get it out. Let's get out into the world and let's do what we got to do. I'm Amir Shakur. Thank y'all for watching in, and peace.